Hey, hi, my name is Robin. I'm here today to share with you a video on the US market outlook. Join the RHO Traders group on Telegram. It's 100% free to join. And I will be sharing daily market updates and strategy to trade the DLC. I will share trade plans on a daily basis, showing the key levels to take note of. I also cover indices and also individual stocks like Alibaba, CapitaLand, and DBS. This will help you have a better idea of what to look out for. So join the group now and head down to the description box below and click the following link. So one of those slides that I love to show during my seminars about where the market stands, right, is the greed and fear chart. So you can see in this greed and fear chart, right, that the needle has shifted from greed to extreme greed, and it was holding at extreme greed for a couple of weeks, and now it's pulling back a little bit into the border between greed and extreme greed territory. Of course, the market can stay at extreme greed for a long time, but today I want to sound a word of caution. What could go wrong to this bull market, or what could cause a correction to this bull market? All right, first of all, interest rate is still high, and therefore when interest rate is high, there is always this risk of delinquency and default, all right, from cash-strapped consumer and commercial real estate borrowers. And for some of us who are thinking that if the Fed is going to pivot and it's going to usher in another round of bull market, history has shown, right, that when Fed usually pivot, it leads to market dropping. All right, so the market will start dropping first for maybe a couple of months to a year before it starts turning up again. All right, so at the start of a pivot, traditionally the market goes down. All right, so another interesting chart I want to be showing you is that while the S&P is going up, all right, you are seeing divergence in the number of stocks taking new highs in the 50 days. You can see that the number of stocks taking new highs are getting lesser and lesser. And here you see the chart of Nasdaq and MACD. While Nasdaq is going up, the MACD is going down, and there's a divergence. So I'm not saying that the market is going to crash. I'm saying that the market has gone into a very bullish and overbought territory, so much so that we all must now be cautious. And so these are some of the things that I'm looking at that could cause the market to correct. All right, and one of those things are the S&P season indicators. All right, so average monthly return over the last 10 years. All right, August and September has been a bad month. So we are at the start of August. Okay, so at the start of August, sometimes it is good. Reason is because of the start of earnings seasons. So earnings season typically gives the market a boost. All right, and if you have been watching my videos, my previous video, I talk about the impact of earnings seasons. And so this is what we're seeing, all right? The start of earnings seasons and stocks are going up. All right, but by and large, August, September is a bad month. All right, so much for the macros. So let's look at the technicals. So I love to look at technicals because I always believe that the price action tells us everything. All right, first, let's look at Nasdaq, all right? So Nasdaq, right, has been going up, and if you look at the Bollinger Bands that I have on the charts, all right, okay, look at my cursor here, all right, Bollinger Bands on the chart. It is so bullish, all right, that it even broke above the Bollinger Bands, staying above the Bollinger Bands and going on this uptrend line. So on 28th of July, I've been asking, at the seminar, that the DLC Monday seminar, I've been asking the participants, all right, to be watching for this uptrend line, a very nice uptrend line on Nasdaq 100. And when it breaks, okay, it will signal, it could signal a short-term correction. And after 28, in the last couple of days, we have seen Nasdaq broken below this uptrend line, and Nasdaq has been weak in the last couple of days. Okay, and why am I saying it could be, another sign that we could be seeing another correction is that you could see that the Nasdaq, right, when it runs for 5,000, when it runs up 5,000 points, right, it reached what we call an exhaustion, right? So it exhausts and it rests, right? So now from the recent bottom to the high today, Nasdaq have ran a total of 5,000 points, ran up, right? So, and therefore it is fair to say we could expect a correction. Okay, so this is the Nasdaq chart, all right, as of today, and it has broken one, all right? So I was talking about one trend line. I hope you are able to see it. There's actually one trend line broken, okay, for Nasdaq, all right? But this is the very established, all right, short-term upward trend, a very beautiful upward trend. I'm not sure how many of you actually draw this kind of trend lines, all right? So today's session is a little bit about, it's a little bit of technical analysis class, all right? So if you don't know about trend lines, they are very useful, very simple trading techniques, but very useful in telling you, all right, when the market start turning. Okay, so this uptrend line, right, has been enforced, or uptrend channel has been forced since March this year, all right, and it has been like, you know, going on a one-way traffic up, all right. You can see the uptrend line. It has never broken, the prices has never broken below the channel, right? So this is 4th August today, and tonight we are getting unemployment data. Tonight the market is going to react to Amazon and Apple results. Will it continue, all right, to go up? So if it is an uptrend, it should be turning from here. But if it's not turning from here tonight, if you see the market continue to go down, the uptrend channel has been broken for the first time since March of this year. And so this is something that we ought to be looking at, because it could mark the turning of the market. So the next question is, if this trend channel breaks where we go, all right, and if you look at my charts here, the next closest strong support is at 14,400, so it could go to 14,400. So what about S&P 500? So today I'm going to share with you my proprietary trading techniques in calling a market turn, all right? So how do I normally look at market turn? I have a strategy that is similar to a strategy you might read from the books. It's called regression line strategy, all right? So I draw I draw trend lines, and the trend lines must sort of validate one another, and I'll explain it now. All right, so if you look at this trend line, right, you know, and you look at the orange arrows, okay, they actually hit this pivot points, right? All right, or this line, right, you know, actually hits many pivot points, right? And so here it hits about 40 pivot points, and then at the bottom, all right, you could see that this trend line actually catches many pivot points, and just at the end of this month, July, all right, this pivot point, the target of this pivot point has been hit, and therefore I expect a correction, because this pivot point has been a very, so far has been a very accurate predictor, all right, of market turns. Okay, so if S&P peaks now at 4,006, that's where, you know, my proprietary trading technique model is telling me, all right, if 4,006 hit, we could see a correction, some sort, and the next trend line, all right, that is supported by the trend channels, all right, is at 4350. Okay, so we could see a correction to 4350. So I'm not saying, you know, the market will crash, but we take baby steps. We take one step at a time. It hit 4350. It could rebound, and if it doesn't rebound, it will go to the next line. All right, the next trend channel lines. All right, so that's how, I mean, this strategy works. Okay, so now let's go into the more micro technical. So yesterday, S&P hits the support, right, on the intermediate trend line. So tonight, I would expect S&P to rebound. And after the rebound, we could, all right, see S&P breaking down again, all right, or if it breaks down below the intermediate trend line, you could see my arrows here on the charts, all right, could do a small rebound. And if it breaks the intermediate trend line, it could go to as low as 4450. So as you can see, right, I have all the DLC, whether it's a long or short DLC, right below the S&P DLC, all right, 5 times or 7 times. So you can choose if you are a little more risk averse, you could choose 5 times. If you are the more gung-ho type, all right, you could choose a 7 times DLC for S&P. So if I expect, okay, the S&P 500 say to hit 4450, okay, and then what I'll normally do is I'll position myself, I'll buy the short S&P DLC and position it for 4450, and at 4450, right, when it hits, what I normally do is that I will take profit on half of my DLC, right, because you don't know whether it's going to break through, all right, or break under the uptrend channel. So if it breaks under the under or breaks down below the uptrend channel, then I get a little bit more bearish. And what I'll do is that I will hold the other half. All right, hold the other half of the short DLC and hope that it will ride all the way down to my next strong support, which is my target at perhaps at 4185. All right, so that completes S&P. So in summary, from what I have said so far, you probably have a sense that I am getting myself ready for a market correction. So I know in the market today, the market has ran up for the past 6 months, and a lot of people are, very bullish and are thinking that this could be the start of a bull run. And many people are telling me that, if the Fed were to pivot, right, we are going back into, all right, the low interest rate environment where there's really no option to make money except, to dabble with the stock market, right? So a lot of people think that these scenarios are very bullish, and the stock market will continue running. But I'm sounding out a word of caution from those data points that I've described. And so I'm standing by for a correction. And what best way to stand by for a correction or to profit from a correction? All right, identify the short DLC first, which DLC that you will need, all right, to help you make money, all right, in case of market correction. Okay, so if you like what you have heard today, I have a DLC Telegram chat group, all right? You can join the DLC Telegram chat group, and I'm going to post the link on this video.